Scorpio, song that's playing for you is Have You Ever? So listen, who's in their feelings, Scorpio? Whether you got somebody in their feelings or somebody got you in your feelings about some shit. Look, you may, whether somebody want to come offer you some emotions and you unsure how your emotions they gonna receive, no, they unsure how you gonna receive their emotions, or you want to express your emotions to someone external to you and you're unsure how that person will receive your emotions. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you, Scorpio. You know what you got going on. Someone may be feeling weak about the space they share with you. Or you may be feeling weak about the space that you share with somebody. Look, you may be at an emotional sense of loss, or somebody at an emotional sense of loss about the space they share with you, Scorpio. Someone in their feelings, Scorp. You in your feelings, or someone got you in your feelings. I mean, you got someone in their feelings, or you in your feelings. You ain't never experienced something like this, Scorpio. Now you trying to figure out how to put yourself back in that position. Yeah, look, you became aware of you and your feelings. It's you, Scorpio. The moon, you became aware of some. It's like whether it was hidden emotions you had for something, it's like you didn't want to look at a certain aspect of your character. You didn't want to look at your feelings, or you didn't want to just realize how deep you felt for something up until you looked at and realized how deep you felt for something. It became to a point where you couldn't ignore these emotions anymore. And now you realize how deep of feelings you got for this, whatever this is. It could be a person, it could be people outside of you, it could just be a form of expression you put out. You realize how much you feel when you do this, when I act like this, when I think like this, or when I talk to that person, or when I talk to them. I want to continue to be in that space. God damn it. My nose tickles. But you don't know how that space is going to receive you. So now you may be a little nervous. My nose tickles. What do I gotta say? Shit, it could still be somebody towards you, if we're being honest. It's only the first card, so you could just see somebody now, and you see how you feel about them, and how you feel about them might not be great. And now you got somebody trying to figure out how they could bring themselves back to you. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. Oh, yeah. 10 of coins upright. Listen. You might have struck a gold mine in some way, shape, or form. Again, when you became aware of something. It's like you didn't want to see something for so long, but as soon as you looked at it, it came with a whole bunch of abundance. In a sense where it's like you realize this is it. This can be it for me. That type shit. This is what you're going to take to the grave with you. And whether it's a mentality, I'm going to express these habits. I'm going to invest in this cycle, this day-to-day routine, because this routine will help me develop into something better tomorrow. That is a mindset, mentality you can pass on to your kids, or it's it could be a person, place, thing, people. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. Have you ever? It's a song that is playing for you. You might have never felt something like this there, Scorpio. If it's you versus someone outside of you, it could be someone outside of you. It's like you became aware, you realized what someone was to you. That type of shit. Now, you could be stressing out because of the space you share with that person or those people. It's like you're aware of what someone or something means to you. Queen of Coins, I'm telling you, it's like you might not be investing in what it is you want to invest in. Ball without you. Yeah. If it's you versus someone outside of you, it's shit. It's like you balling without somebody because you became aware. It's like you can see somebody, and now that you see somebody, it made you realize maybe this wasn't something I should have invested in. Maybe this wasn't something I should have nurtured. Well, this wasn't something I should have given myself to. So now I'm going to be abundant without it. I'm going to ball without it now that I can see how I feel about it. Now that I'm aware of the emotions that this or that gives me, brings me, puts me into. Now that I'm aware of my own feelings, I know that I don't want to nurture this anymore. I know what is abundant for me. I know what is it for me. And this isn't it. Whatever this is, whether you are still with it and you realize that this isn't it, or you were in it and you're no longer in it because you realize where your abundance is. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. Or again, you became aware of how you feel about something and you are not, it's like you're not where you want to be with that. Someone may be balling without you. Yeah, look, someone could be defensive towards you because of something that occurred in the space with you. It's like someone could have did it, that flipped out with 2 other cards, but that one touched ground. So it's like someone could have did something to you, and it's like that put them in a defensive state, or you did something and that puts you in a defensive state regarding what it is you want or what it is you see as abundant. But at the same time, you being in that closed off space because of what happened in the situation made you realize how you feel about that situation. And your mind might be in a place where you don't want it to be regarding that. Or you're not in the space you want to be with that. That doesn't feel the way or think the way you want that to think or feel about you. Yeah, you may feel like something not fair. Something's unjust. Or if it's you versus someone outside of you could feel like something's unfair because you are now aware of your emotions. You're aware of your inner moon, your phases, your cycles, what you go through, the feelings and the emotions you go through and when you go through them, what situations you enter in order to put you in this state of feeling or in this emotional state. Look, 2 of Cups, and you're no longer on the bottom. You're no longer investing in anything that brings you down emotionally. You learned your phases. You learned your cycles. And ever since you did that, that brought you abundance. Super Gremlin is the song that's playing for you. You might have been a super gremlin back in the day. You might have been one of the gremlins. Or this super gremlin who's outside of you is upset now because they can no longer invest in the situation with you because you see them. Someone showed you who they were and you believed them. And now they feel like it's unfair because their mask fell off when it wasn't supposed to fall off and you saw their true face. Now you realize that, and you seeing their true face sent you internally. It sent you on a whole introspect about the situation or the space you share with that person. Now you found your feelings, and now you're abundant without that. You're balling without that, and that person's salty. Somebody feel like it's not fair that Scorpio is in a good position, is in an abundant mindset. If it's you versus you, you became aware of how you feel. You could be dealing with a feminine Virgo, you don't have to be, or you could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus. Put your foot in the shit that fits you. You don't have to be. If it's you versus you, you may feel like a situation, it's like you feel like something's unfair because you realize what something means to you or who or how much you feel for this or that or them or there, but you're not where you want to be with that and you feel like that's unfair. It's almost like something had to stop investing in you or someone had to stop investing in you for you to become aware of how much that person means to you. Or how much that makes you feel. Look, now you want to emotionally. It's like someone had to withdraw from you in order for you to receive new feelings about it or that. Something had to pull back from you. And now that you received these emotions, not only did you receive these emotions about clarity to you, it's like someone taught you about yourself by withdrawing from you. Look, someone sent you inside. And what you became aware of was the moon. You learned your phases. Now you know you better have an understanding of who you are because someone outside of you stopped investing in the situation with you. And you now that you're aware of how that space makes you feel, you may feel like it's unfair. So you may be put in a position to want to express yourself because you're heartbroken. Look, the space you want, it's not abundant. You could have been a super gremlin, and it's like it's almost like Princess and the Frog type shit. Someone kissed you, but it's like you got kissed energetically, and that put you in a space to become aware of your emotions. And now that you see your feelings, look, you don't want conflict anymore. You feel like it's unfair, the position that this space is in because of how you were acting. You were being a gremlin. Look, you had to kill that gremlin thought pattern. The habits, routines, and places, people you surrounded yourself to put you in gremlin energy. And you killed that. Look, because you got sent inside. Because you got heartbroken. This is how we do it. Children's story. Hey, look, could be a classic love story there. Because it's like you don't want to be in conflict with something or someone anymore. Because you realize how abundant that space is. It's like a typical children's story. Again, it could be a love story. Don't have to be, though. But you don't want to fight no more, said Scorpio. Whatever that means to you. Or I was going to say someone don't want to fight with you no more, but I ain't going to say that. If it's you versus someone outside of you could feel like the space they share with you is unfair because you're not investing in it how you used to, or they can't nurture it. They can't do what they used to do to you anymore. And they feel like it's unfair because you got to upgrade. You got a software update. And now you're not in conflict about who or what you need to feel about, what you need to let bring you emotions, who you need to let bring you emotions, who you need to. It's like, you know who or what to be emotionally open and closed off to. We're going to put it like that. And everyone who was aligned with that previous energy feel like it's unfair because you are no longer emotionally accepting the thoughts and patterns, the mindsets, the virtues someone wants to give you. You feel me? Put your foot in the shoe that fits you.